So you've probably heard of these 22 Nights of Terror for Diablo 2 Resurrected at this point. Some of them been a little bit of duds in my opinion. A couple of them have been pretty exciting, such as the Infinite Gold glitch and the Infinite Gamble. That one was pretty wild in my opinion, but even though it was kind of crazy, OP, whatever you want to call it, even though it's just one day, I feel like it's not like game breaking. If they're just one day changes, I feel like they can be kind of fun, even if they are absolutely insane. Now there are several days left of this 22 Nights of Terror, so I'm coming at you with 5 great ideas I have that hopefully they implement for these upcoming day bonuses. So the first one up, I'm actually going to steal one of their own ideas. Not long back, kind of towards the end of one of the seasons, they did a 50% magic find boost. I thought that was perfectly fine, help out some of the newer people that had lower magic find, or people could pull off magic find in order to get more kill speed, or more faster cast rate, or more life, more survivability, things like that. I think they should do that again, but bump it up even higher for one of these Nights of Terror. I think it'd be perfectly fine to give everybody a 200% magic find bonus, and really in my opinion the amount higher really doesn't matter that much, but a large magic find boost just for that one day I think would be great for everybody. Now if you're a Diablo 2 veteran, you've probably seen this graph I'm flying up right here. It's actually the diminishing return on magic find. So let's just say hypothetically they went crazy and threw out 500% magic find bonus for everybody in the entire game for that one day. Now if you had no magic find, it would bump you all the way up to where we would say the 500 magic find is right here. Now that is a big magic find boost, because going from 0 up the first few hundred is an astronomical bump up for finding those incredibly rare unique items. You also see that the rare and the magic items actually go up incredibly high as well. But let's say you're a character that already has 400 magic find. Getting an extra 500 magic find not really helping you all that much, especially as far as it goes for those incredibly rare unique items. Now for that 24 hours, I guess nobody would find any white items, no socketed regular base items, but I think that would be real fun, helping out people that maybe can't stack that much magic find, or it could even increase the kill speed and the movement speed survivability for people, so instead of stacking magic find on their characters, they can stack a bunch of skills and things like that. Next up that I think would be very fun, that would be a 50% monster density boost. Now I'm not necessarily married to any of these numbers in any of these examples, but I think 50% sounds like a good boost. Maybe even a 100% density boost. Even though it's just for one day, I think that would be pretty fun and not too crazy OP. Now I'm not a programming expert, but I feel like it's not that hard. There used to be a mod for regular Diablo 2 where you could turn up the density. You could turn it up to I think even 800, 1000% extra density, so you could do crazy things like that on old Diablo 2. I feel like professional programmers for the game could probably figure it out in short order. And the reason this would be a great boost in my opinion, like the magic find can help you out finding more unique items, so getting some of those super valuable, super rare uniques. With runes, there is no % extra rune find. What you need to do is kill monsters faster. And with increased density, whether it's in the cow level, you could be hitting ghosts in the arcane sanctuary. Heck, you could even just jump out into Act 1 and slay down a ton of Fallens because there's going to be 50% more. Maybe you get out there and just do some bishi-bashi runs, huh? Now these first two are probably ones that are not controversial to any Diablo 2 Resurrected player at all. Now let's jump into some ones that I think are kind of clever, funny ideas that, who knows, head down in the comments to let me know what you think about any of these. Now next up, and I think this is pretty interesting, and I think it could be real fun, especially online. Each person could select a character, and then they would be given a completely blank level 80 version of that. So let's say you wanted to always try out a barbarian, but you always started sorceress and you never got around to it. Well, you could choose which one you wanted, and you would instantly get a level 80 barbarian. You would get all the stat points and all the skill points for that character, but they would not be put into the character yet. It would have no gear, so you'd have to figure out how to gear that character, either from stuff you found from your sorceress, in your shared stash, or you could get out there and just slap stuff around in Nightmare and Normal or whatever. Get a friend to give you a couple good items, whatever. But I think that would be very fun, just to save people a lot of time from having to play all the way through the game again to start out and try a new character and a new build. I feel like this isn't a huge advantage anyways. All it is saving people time. Because here, let me guess, Psychic Phil coming at you. The Diablo 2 players out there, you probably don't have a lot of time, right? I'm guessing you're between 25 and 45, you probably have a full-time job, more than likely have some kids, a wife, if not that, a girlfriend anyways, that you're going to want to spend time with, or at least you have to even if you don't want to. You got stuff around the house you got to fix and clean up, all sorts of things like that. Maybe a lot of people, I'm just speculating here, don't have a ton of time to just play through the game that they've played through literally 150 times in the last 24 years. So giving them a character at level 80, already done with the game, so they can go ahead and try it out, go farm different locations, try a different build that they've never done before. I think that would be really fun, really cool, and really add a lot to the game and bring people actually back. Hey, I can get a free character and try a new build. I haven't played for a month, but hey, I'll jump back on and play. Why not? This next one popped into my head and I just thought it would be so hilarious. And it could kind of be useful too, because it would almost eliminate, not literally, but almost eliminate the need for having an enigma on your character. And that would be increasing the run walk speed for every character. I don't know if you'd bump it up 50%, if you would double it, but I think that would be absolutely hilarious. First of all, to see everyone running around crazy fast, but then if you run super fast, you might not need to use an enigma, especially depending on where you're going. Now, I do understand there might still need to be a cap. Could you imagine having 200% faster run walk, and then you have frenzy, and then you have 40% faster run walk boots, a bunch of 3% faster run walk charms? So there could definitely need to be a max just so things don't get out of hand and the game doesn't just crash. But I think it'd be really cool, especially for the melee characters. That way you could get a little bump up and really catch up to the characters that do have Enigma. You could move around a lot faster because the teleport speed of the Enigma is going to be the exact same, but you'll be running a lot faster. Now we'll jump on to the fifth and final one, and this is another one that really isn't going to help out the people that already have a ton of stuff, but let's say the people who want to get out there and farm, maybe they still got to get their Shaco, maybe they're still looking for an Oculus, an Ariat's Face, a Jalal's, things like that. I think every time you go down to a boss for 24 hours, there should be 3 of that boss down there. Now, it would make those boss fights harder, obviously having 3 Mephistos shooting lightning at you, or having 3 Andaros constantly spraying you with their poison. But if you have a pretty good character and you plan for it, that way you could actually get triple the drops each run. Now, it does sound kind of crazy, I suppose, but just remember, running act bosses is really only done at the beginning of ladder. And then after a certain point, you start running places with more monster density to get high runes. You start running 85 areas, or now the terror zones, in order to get the incredibly rare unique items. So really, this boost would just be kind of funny to see, just 3 Andaros spawning up all at the same time down there at the bottom of the catacombs. But then you would have better chances of getting those kind of lower level but really good uniques that really boost up your character when you eventually do find them. So this is kind of the best of both world things here. It's kind of entertaining and funny, and really helps out the people that just have been struggling to get those good items. So that's my 5 ideas. Head down in the comments with any great ideas you got before you go. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe up. I was trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Looks like I'm going to come up short, but hey, maybe you could help me get there. Peace out, fellas. Don't forget, keep slaying.